Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions JP, I wanted to show off my account after 10 months of progress. And I hope it doesn't come off as bragging to show off this account, but I want to put it out there for like educational purposes, you know? If you play this long and if you spend this much, you know, this is how far you can get. And then talking about that, almost Royal Rank 11, which is scary. But I'm very lucky to have a job which allows me to spend in a game like this, and I'm very lucky to live in a country where the prices of the App Store are not extravagant. But maybe also by showing off this account, I can kind of illustrate my philosophy towards playing this kind of game. I have two major announcements with this account today. One is my first max UR Vision card, and I chose Fenrir because he gives you magic resistance to your team, and then his was kind of special compared to other attack resistances because at launch there was Slash and Pierce and Projectile MR resistance cards, but there was nothing for magic. And so Fenrir was released. He was the only game in town, and you know I love resistances. I like to build up, you know, Whisper and Thancred and people like that. And it wasn't until 3 months later that Tonberry, an MR card, was released, which gave your party the magic resistance. So this was kind of a no-brainer for me. And then for people that have never maxed a UR Vision card, which is probably like 90% of you, it wasn't until I went from level 98 to 99 that I got the last 5% of the magic resistance. And I was like, screw you. But I also understand why. They want people to max the card. And actually it turns out that this is a good card for Drain Force builds. Usually, if I'm not using a Slayer card, I'll use this one. It's like Birth of Life or something. But the personal ability is max HP up 8%, and then a very high HP value here of 461. But if we look at Fenrir, personal ability, max HP up 10%, and then the HP in the card 362. That's not as high, but that's still very manageable. And then I think you get a better party ability out of it too. Magic resistance for your party versus luck for your party. It depends on what you want, but like for this account, I'm more interested in resistances than I am in evasion. So yeah, this card is doing multiple jobs for me. And I did have to push in order to max that vision card. I haven't pushed for any of these others, and as you can see, none of them are maxed, so yeah. Okay, and then the second big announcement is level 99 Sterne, yeah. I set a goal for myself. I wanted to get him to level 99 before he was released in Global, and I managed to do it. It might be like a matter of like hours before it happens. And it's totally meaningless, it doesn't change anything, but it's just an arbitrary goal that I set for myself. But I got it, so I'm very happy. And now I'm kind of motivated to go back and delete my level 89 review of Super Stern and then put up a new review, level 99, just because I think it's cooler. I just might do that, and if you commented on that old Super Stern review video, I'm sorry. But yeah, super happy about this. This was a journey of 3 months actively, and then a month before that, him just kind of being there in the game. But yeah, really, really big accomplishment. Maybe my biggest accomplishment so far in the game. So I love him, I'm going to use him over and over and over. I want him to be a centerpiece of my account. And then for people that ask why I don't, you know, get certain characters up to 99, or raise their job levels, or raise their skill levels, I get most people up to 15 for those things, and then if I love a character, I will take them beyond. So here I have all the job levels up to 15, and then for the abilities, I have a few max here. I'll eventually get more of them to 20, but yeah. For characters which I feel like I'm going to use a lot, like Whisper or people like that, I want to take them to the max. But yeah, kind of crazy stats. This does make me want to do another review of him. But over 600 attack, that is with his 2 support abilities. And then 2700 HP, that's kind of crazy. And then I don't make +5s of weapons very often at all. But for him, I would like to make the Golden Blade +5, Assault, max stats. And I think that's the way to go, you know? If something can motivate you to want to max out an item for equipment, you know, I hate doing the equipment in this, but if I have a specific use in mind for a character that I love, that can provide me the motivation to want to do that. Alright, and then I guess we can go through units and just talk about what else I am doing. I can show you my favorites. These are all the units that I'm working on. Mashiri, I'm slowly getting her to Limit Break 5. I want to try her out. I wrote her off the last couple of videos, but I want to find the good in her. I believe that the designers did not create any bad units, so I want to find what's good in her. And then Edide, recently got him to Limit Break 4, but I haven't tested him too much lately. And then Gurasura, she is on her way to Limit Break 5. Kind of the same deal as Super Stern. I would like to get her to 99 before she's released in Global. I really should stop doing that. I should stop like working on guys for the sake of this channel. I should be working on guys because I want to use them. But there's really no other UR that I'm wanting to work on as much as her, so it might as well be her. And then Rob, he's getting there. Eileen, I already got her up to 79, so I might as well keep going with her. And then I have a bunch of MR units. These guys I mostly just got up to this level naturally through pulls. So since they're close, I might as well favorite them and then you know, get their Trust Masters and stuff. I have been asked recently to do a tier list video about MR and lower rarity units, but I don't think I can do it because I haven't used these guys enough to really say how good or bad they are, so it'd be kind of impossible to rank them. It might be a better idea to rank their Trust Masters. And then here, this is the brand new MR unit, and she looks amazing. She's cost 65, so she's better than your average MR. But her too, I'm taking her slow. As you can see, she is appearing in the shop, but I'm not buying her shards. When I get her through hard quest appearances, that is when I get her. And then that's part of my talisman coming into play. And then I guess I could talk about other talisman-related issues. But the other day, Sakura was released, and then when I did that news video, I was like, oh, I'm going to pull her. But that initial wave of nostalgia kind of wore off. I remembered my talisman, and then I decided not to go for her. And really, at this point, I'm just waiting for like collaborations or limited units that look really interesting, and those will be the UR units that I go for. I did say this in a previous video, but I feel like I've gone too far too fast with this account. I have more guys than I can use and really get to know. In the long run, it'll be a good investment because all of these characters will be good somewhere at some time. But this is a good chance to talk about like the different phases of like these mobile games that you play. When you first start a mobile game, and then maybe like the first 6 months or so, those are going to be the most busy times that you play the game because you're trying to build up your roster, trying to build up your vision cards and your equipment and stuff. But then you get to a plateau where you have about 80% of what you need in the game, and then anything that you do beyond that, whether it's pull in the hatcher, or get new guys, or craft new equipment, the overall impact of that new thing on your account will get smaller and smaller and smaller. It gets exponentially smaller, and so you don't have to put as much effort into the game either. And one trap that players fall into when they reach that plateau is that they'll just keep going at that same rate, and they'll keep putting in you know, effort or money into these things that aren't worth as much to their account for where they are. Other people will reach that plateau and they'll think because their play is slowing down, it means that they're bored of the game or like they're done with the game, which is not true. The pace of the game is slowing down. You're kind of in a cruise mode, and your account is strong enough that you don't need to work on it, you know, all the time anymore. You can just kind of enjoy the game as it comes to you, and then pull on your resources, your units and your equipment and stuff to meet those new things. So yeah, the danger is to keep going at that same rate, or to quit the game because it's slowed down. You have to recognize that this is the natural flow of these kinds of mobile games. And so that ties into, my spending less and all that. And I think that's all I wanted to say about units. Lately, I have been working on Tsubayaki. Partly because I got the Fenrir Vision card up to max. It's very interesting to think about her with her 55% magic resistance, plus the 20 from Fenrir. It would be very easy to get her to 100. So I've been kind of experimenting with her. I've been leveling her skills and stuff, so there might be a review video of her coming pretty soon. Alright, and then I guess last we can look at equipment, which again, if it gets out of hand for you, can break you and make you quit the game. So, but here are my weapons. As you can see, not a lot of +5s in here. +2 is normal. Here, for example, the Final Fantasy IV event. Usually the limited time weapons and equipment, it's easier to get them to plus levels. So I was able to get the Wind Spear and then the Elfin Bow up to +3, so that's fine. Yeah, that's how that is looking. Armor is where I really put in the effort when I do the equipment farming, but even there I have my limits. So here, for example, this is the Bayo Bagonetto. I was able to get the +5 of this during that original time period, if I wanted to push, but I didn't want to push, so it's at +4 right now. And I need many more of these dark things here. I'm going to wait, I'm going to go through the Chocobo expeditions, maybe future events, and then slowly get those purple things over time, and then maybe, a month or two from now, I'll get the +5. I'm okay with that. And then Platinum Robe here. Someday I would like to get it to +5, but I'm not going to rush it. When it appears in raids, I'll do a little bit as long as I'm comfortable with the farming in order to get the stuff for that, but I'm not going to push myself. And then like Platinum Helmet, I'm probably going to skip altogether. This one here, this does not give you any attack resistances, so it's not as important to me. So I'm happy with it at +2. This one here, actually, I was able to get to +5 during the time. So that was cool. But yeah, that is how that is looking. And then accessories, let's see. Yeah, here's another example, Soul of Thamasa. If I really pushed, I could have gotten the +5, but +4 would be good enough for me. And ribbon, also didn't push here. +3 is good enough for me. And then the Elfin Robe. I really like this item, but again, I just wasn't in the mood like when the raid was around, so I didn't push too hard for that. I have about 40 recipes for it, so I still have to work there. And then of course I have to get all of these materials together, but I'll get that some months down the road, that's fine. But yeah, that is a look at my account after 10 months. So maybe later, next couple weeks, we can look forward to a Sterne level 99 review, maybe a Tsubayaki review, and Global I'll do a Dario review, and yeah, we'll look at the news and all that stuff. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.